Ever wonder what you could sell your home for in today's market? Maybe you've checked Zillow. Maybe you've looked at what a neighbor's home recently sold for. Or maybe you're simply curious because you've owned your home for several years and you're wondering how much equity you may have built. But here's something many homeowners don't realize. The value of your home isn't determined by just one number, and it definitely isn't determined by an online estimate alone. The real estate market is always shifting. It goes up, it comes down, and sometimes it changes differently from one neighborhood to the next. And there are outside influences that can affect the value of your home too. Things like mortgage interest rates, the number of homes currently for sale, buyer demand, new construction, employment, the economy, and even what's happening in nearby communities. Hi, I'm Barbara Jennings with ECP Realty, and I've been helping homeowners throughout the Fredericksburg, Virginia area navigate changing real estate markets for more than 20 years. So today, let's answer the big question. How much can I sell my home for in Fredericksburg, Virginia? The answer starts with understanding what buyers are actually willing to pay for a home like yours in today's market. And there are several important things we need to look at. First is location. You've probably heard the phrase location, 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 and there's a reason for that. Two homes can look very similar but have very different values depending on where they're located. Are you close to downtown Fredericksburg? Are you convenient to Interstate 95 or the VRE? Are you located in Stafford County, Spotsylvania County, Fredericksburg City, or another surrounding area? What neighborhood are you in? What amenities are nearby? Even homes within the same subdivision can sometimes sell for different prices based on lot location, privacy, upgrades, layout, and overall appeal. The next factor is the condition of your home. Have you updated the kitchen? Have you renovated the bathrooms? How old is the roof? What about the HVAC system, flooring, windows, paint, landscaping, or outdoor living spaces? And this is where online home valuation websites can sometimes miss something important. An algorithm hasn't walked through your home. It doesn't know that you finished your basement. It may not fully understand the value of your 3-car garage, remodeled kitchen, private backyard, screened porch, updated flooring, or the thousands of dollars you've invested in improvements. That brings us to another important factor: recent comparable home sales. When I evaluate a property, I don't just look at what homes are currently listed for. Remember, a listing price is what a seller is asking. A closed sale tells us what a buyer was actually willing to pay. So I look at homes that are similar to yours that have recently sold. But I also want to know much more than that. What homes are currently competing with yours? Which homes went under contract quickly? Which homes had price reductions? How long were they on the market? Which homes sat without offers? And which homes expired or were removed from the market without selling? Sometimes the homes that didn't sell can teach us just as much as the homes that did. That's why pricing a home involves much more than looking at a Zestimate or choosing a price based on what you hope to walk away with. Now let's talk about what is really happening in the market. Mortgage rates matter. Inventory matters. Buyer confidence matters. Supply and demand matter. If buyers suddenly have 20 homes to choose from instead of 5, those buyers may become much more selective. That can affect pricing.
If inventory drops and several buyers are competing for the same type of property, that can affect pricing too. This is why I always remind homeowners that your home does not have one permanent value. Its market value is connected to what is happening around it. So how do we determine what your home may realistically sell for today? That's where an in-depth analysis using empirical market data becomes so important. When I evaluate a home, I'm looking beyond a simple estimate. I'm studying what is really happening in the market right now. That includes recent sold properties, current competition, homes that went under contract, price reductions, days on market, homes that failed to sell, buyer activity, inventory levels, and how similar properties are performing in your specific area. I also look closely at the condition, location, features, updates, and overall position of your home compared with the competition. The goal is to use real market data to understand what buyers are actually responding to, not just what a computer-generated estimate says your home might be worth. That deeper analysis can help answer 3 important questions. What is your home realistically worth in today's market? What price range is likely to attract the strongest buyer interest? And what, if anything, could you do before selling to help improve your position in the market? Because when it comes to selling your home, the numbers tell a story. And my job is to dig into that data and help you understand what that story means for your home. Now, here's another question sellers often ask. Should I fix or update my home before I sell it? The answer may surprise you. Sometimes fresh paint, decluttering, staging, landscaping, or small repairs can make a noticeable difference. But sometimes the best advice I can give a homeowner is don't spend the money. Not every renovation gives you a dollar-for-dollar return. You may be thinking about replacing countertops, renovating a bathroom, putting in new flooring, or making other major updates. But before you spend thousands of dollars, it makes sense to first understand what today's buyers in the Fredericksburg area are actually looking for. You may not need to do as much as you think, or there may be a few strategic changes that could make a much bigger impact. That's why having the right information before you make those decisions is so important. So let's go back to the original question. How much can I sell my home for in Fredericksburg, Virginia? Instead of guessing, I'd be happy to help you find out. You can request a personalized home valuation from me, Barbara Jennings, and there's no obligation to sell your home. Maybe you're planning to move next month. Maybe you're thinking about selling later this year.
Maybe you're downsizing, relocating, retiring, moving closer to family, or simply curious about how much equity you have. That's perfectly okay. Knowing what your home may be worth gives you information, and information helps you make better decisions. I can look at your home, your neighborhood, current buyer competition, recent sales, price reductions, active listings, days on market, and the outside factors affecting the Fredericksburg real estate market right now. Then we can talk about what your home may realistically sell for and what you could potentially do to position your property for the strongest possible sale. So if you've been asking, what is my home worth in Fredericksburg, Virginia? How much can I sell my house for? Is now a good time to sell my home, or should I sell now or wait? Start with the data. Click the link below to request your personalized home valuation from me, Barbara Jennings, or call or text me at 5408-401133. I serve homeowners throughout Fredericksburg, Spotsylvania County, Stafford County, and the surrounding Virginia communities. And even if you're not ready to sell yet, that's okay. Sometimes knowing what your home is worth is simply the first step in figuring out what your next chapter could look like. I'm Barbara Jennings with XP Realty. Check my blog page out for market updates and so much more at barbara-jennings.com to keep informed. And I look forward to helping you understand what your home could realistically sell for in today's market.